Good morning, my beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. So I came this morning to share about this little dream that I had and to talk about a little something really quick. So we're going to get into it really fast and try to hurry up and do this very quickly. So I had this dream, and in this dream, I was entering into what looked to be like this big, big restaurant. I'm gonna say it's like a restaurant. It was huge, and it looked like a bit of like a. It possibly could be like a hotel restaurant type of setting. And in this restaurant, I was coming and I was uh, bringing my dishes to things that I was bringing from home. They were homemade dishes. They were not what do you call it, prepackaged meals. They were not meals that basically they were made from scratch. Everything was made from scratch. So my sister had things that she had made from scratch. I had things I had made from scratch. It was all beautifully prepared. I was trying to figure out why in the world was I bringing my food to the restaurant, right? So, anywho, I was getting my stuff prepared, to serve and everything. So I was sitting it all on like this beautiful marble counter and everything. And I was putting all of my Reynolds wrap and everything on it to keep everything warm. And they were like sitting little, I guess you would call them warmers. I don't know what these things are, but the little things that sit underneath it, everything keeps everything warm. So they were being placed, all my dishes were being placed in these warmers. And so then it was like a gentleman, a black gentleman that was standing around kind of looking at everything that I had. And then it was like this woman. She looked like she was a different nationality. Um, can't really make out what nationality she was. She was a mixture of something. I'm not really sure. But anywho, she comes over and she takes her hand and she dips her hand, I'm talking about her whole entire hand, into one of my dishes. And I looked over at her, and the gentleman that was standing there, he looked like that is beyond disgusting. That she stuck her hand in one of my dishes to pull out a handful of some of the food that I was bringing in there into the restaurant. And she says, I wanted to, take some of this for myself. And I said, no, put that back. That doesn't belong to you. This is not how you come in to get my dish. Your hands are dirty. Put my food down. So she put my food back down and she had an attitude and then she walked off. And then in the dream, I could hear the gentleman saying, oh, she don't play. I'm not putting my hand in her dish. And so he walked off. So I walked towards the back of the restaurant where she was, and I saw that she was there with her family. She was there with one or two kids, a baby, and looked like her husband or something. And when I got up from the dream, I realized that, I realized instantly what this was. And I just want to let you guys know that there are a lot of people that they're aiming to contaminate what it is that God is doing in your life. That has been their whole entire purpose, is to come dip in what it is that you have, what you have that is purified, what you have that is holy before God. They want to get into the things that you have. And what you have is homemade. What you have is something that God has put together. What you have is something that God has blessed. He has anointed What you have is something that he is doing. This is something that nobody can take credit for. This is something that has been prepared by God from scratch. That's what it is. It's been prepared by God from scratch. And it is his signature is on what he is doing in your life. And the enemy has either been trying to contaminate what it is that God is doing, or he wants to contaminate what God is doing in your life. And what I want you guys to know is don't allow it. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Uh don't let God get you to a place where he is birthing something in you. He is doing something new. He is doing something the world has never seen before. He is doing something eyes have never seen before. He is doing something you haven't seen before. And it's something that is amazing. It is something that is awesome. It is something that is wonderful. It is something that it will benefit a lot of people. And there are a lot of people who will have nothing better. They don't want anything better to do than to destroy that. That's what you have to protect, what it is that God is doing. They want to do everything to destroy, but they would have to go through God in order to get to you. They would have to go through God in order to get to you. So when that woman, when she dipped her hand into my homemade dish, she was trying to literally contaminate something it was prepared from scratch. It was something that was not hers. It wasn't theirs. It was something that it would have been given out to them with the proper utensil. It would have been, given to the people. It would have been served to the people with the proper utensil, with the clean hands, with the person who prepared it, which was my dishes. I was bringing in, to serve and to pass out, and they wanted to contaminate it. So listen, y'all have to be ever so careful with the things that God is giving you. The ministries that God has given you, the things that he is doing through you. Listen, I know what this is. I know exactly what this is because I've had people trying to destroy my ministry in its earlier infancies. Okay. The baby stages, they've been trying to destroy it because they know how great it's going to be. They already know that it's going to be big. So they're going to try anything they can to try to destroy it, but it's undestroyable. You are undestroyable. You cannot be destroyed. God is with you. God is with you. So let God do the removing. Let him do the removing. These people left once they realized they could not contaminate what God was doing. So understand this. Let God go ahead and move these people out. If they come in and they've been wrong the whole time, God will find that out. He will remove them out so that what you are birthing, what you are giving birth to, it will not be contaminated by people who don't have the right intentions for you. They don't even want you to get off the ground. Okay? They don't want you to get off the ground at all. All right? And that's how the enemy moves. He'll do anything to try to block, hinder, and stop you from getting off the ground. But little do they know, God can't be stopped. I've said this too many times. He can't. He can't be stopped. Okay? He can't be stopped. He might be able to do some things to try to hinder or block you for a certain amount of time. But eventually he's going to have to get up. He's going to have to move. He's going to have to move out the way. All right? He's going to have to go. So anyway, that was that. If y'all have any little bit of insight y'all want to share concerning that, you think maybe you have a different interpretation of that, feel free. That was the interpretation that I literally got. Okay. Yeah. So that's that, it's something they can't destroy. It's something that was God handmade it. You've handmade it with God. You guys have got the ingredients. You got all your stuff together, your spices, your sugar, your salt, whatever it was you used, you got it together. You created this thing that God is doing. He is doing this. He has created this thing. It is something that is homemade. It is from scratch. Nobody has had their hand in what this is. They have not had their hand in this. Okay, so what it is you're doing is something that nobody can control. It's something that cannot be tampered with. God won't allow it. And once the enemy knows that he can't tamper with it, he's going to walk away from you. He's going to leave you alone, so that which God is doing in your life, it will go to full term, which it is for a lot of us. It's already at full term, and now it's time for you to go ahead and give birth to what it is God has been doing. Okay, so be alert. Be alert if you're birthing something, or if God is doing something new. Be very alert about what it is that's going on, and be very vigilant in your prayer, and trust God that what He has started, what He has begun, He will in fact finish it. And there's no demon in hell. I don't care who these people think they are. I don't care how grand they think they are. They're not destroying what God started. They're not going to. Okay? Y'all take care of yourself. I'll see you again on the next message. All right? All right. Bye.